Hi students, I think you are all completed the assignments in separate notebook. After the reopen, I will check your notebook. Previous video I explained the transition probability matrix. One stage problem I explained to you. Now two stage and equilibrium sums and all I am going to explain. This is example for the two stage probability transition matrix. 80% of the students who do the maths work during one study period will do the maths work at the next study period. 30% of the students who do the English work during one study period will do the English work at the next study period they are given to you. Initially they were 60 students do maths work, 40 students do the English work. They are asking the question is calculate the transition probability matrix, number of students who do the maths work, English work for the next subsequent two study periods they are asking to you. Transition probability matrix. Maths, English, here also period maths and then English they are given to you. 80% of the students who do the maths work during one study period they said. So maths period, maths work 80% of the people. That's why here we are written as a 0.8. And then remaining peoples are doing the English work. So that is, and I said these two, adding these two will get 1. So 0.8 here 0.2. This value is not given to you, you only need to find out. Next, 30% of the students who do the English work during the one study period will do the English work at the next study period they are given to you. 30% of the peoples are doing the English work in the English period. So English period, English work 30%, that is 0.3 you want to write it. So remaining peoples are doing the maths work. So 0.7 here you want to fill it. Only one value given to you. According to that you want to find the remaining value because of a plus b is equal to 1 I said to you. Here they ask that this is your transition probability matrix. First question over. Second question they asking number of students who do the maths work, English work for the next subsequent two study period they are asking. First one study period and then two study period. One study period. After the one study, that means one stage transition you want to explain. Here after one study period, M and then E. How you get the maths and then English means total number of students in the classes. Here 60% are 60 students do the maths work they said no. So 60. Here 40 students are doing the English work. So 40 here you want to write it. M, E, that transition, that as it is transition matrices as it is you have to write it. And here matrix multiplication I said to you in the previous video. Here the row and then column multiplication you want to do it. Row with the column. If you are multiplied this one with this and adding plus 40 into 0.7, you will get this value 76. With the second column 60 with 0.2 plus 40 multiplication with 0.3, you are getting 24. So the next period there will be 76 students will do the maths work and 24 students will do the English work. After the second two study periods they are saying no, two study period means here only one, the one stage we are getting the answer is 76-24, no, that only you want to take it here. 76-24 transition probability matrix here you want to write it, and then as usual matrix multiplication. This row with this column, this element multiplied with this element plus these two multiplication, you are getting this number, and the next column you will get this one, adding everything you are getting this answer. After two study periods there will be 78 students approximately. Why 77.6 they said, so we have to approximate it. 78 students do the maths work and 22 students do the English work. This sum is example to equilibrium. Consider the matrix of transition probability of the product available in the market in two brands A and B. transition probability matrix is given to you. Given in the question itself, determine the market share of the each brand in the equilibrium position. Equilibrium means no more change will happen in the distribution. No change in the distribution. Transition probability matrix given, no, so that is you have to write it as a T is equal to equilibrium. Equilibrium means A B matrix you have to write it, matrix of A probability and then B probability you have to write it into T means transition, that is equal to again A B will happen, no change will happen in the equilibrium, we said no. So yeah, for example A matrix with the I matrix equal to again A matrix, no change, like A B matrix of A B with multiplied with T, again you will get AB. This is the condition for writing the equilibrium. AB as it is, because AB is not given to you. The T they are given, you write it the AB as it is. Here again the row with column you have to multiply. A with 0.9 you will get B with 0.3, that is equal to A. Second one, no need to do it because of equating any one only, no, so enough to write this one. So here 0.9A, 0.3, instead of the B you want to write it 1 minus A. Why? Because of B is equal to 1 minus A, because of A plus B is equal to 1, so B is equal to 1 minus A, we can substitute here. And then inside multiplication 0.9A, 0.3A, 0.3 equal to A. So it's subtracting, you are getting, bring it all the A's and all one side you have to bring it, you are getting 0.4A, that is equal to 3 you will get. So A is equal to 0.3 by 0.4, that is nothing but 3 by 4. A value is 3 by 4. They asked, the question is determine the market share of each brand in the equilibrium position, they asked. So market share of the brand A is 3 by 4 means 0.75, so 75%. Market share of brand B is, B how we can calculate means B is equal to 1 minus A, so you have to substitute, you are getting 1 by 4. 1 by 4 means 0.25, that is nothing but 25%. A new transit system has just gone into the operation in Chennai. Of those who use the transit system this year, 30% will switch over to using the metro train system. Here transit, another one is metro train. Two systems they are given to you. That's why I am writing as a let A be the peoples using the transit system, let B be the peoples are using the metro system. And first condition they are given as, we want to prepare the transition probability matrix, 30% will switch over to using the metro train system they are given to you. So this is metro train, so 0.3 you want to write it. Next one is 70% will continue using the transit system. So the remaining A is transit system, no, that people are using from A to B, switch over means from transit to metro, 0.3 they are given to you. Next condition is they are given 70% will continue using the metro train next year. 70% metro train next year, here you want to write it. And 30% will switch over to the transit system. Here you want to 0.3 write it. Next, the transition probability matrices, yeah, got it. Next, suppose the population of the city remains constant, then 60% of the computer use the transit system, 40% of the people are using the metro train system this year they are given to you. That means A is equal to 60%, that is 0.6, B is equal to 40%, 0.4. They asked the question, two questions they are asking to you. First question is what percentage of the computer will be using the transit system after 1 year, one stage transition you want to use it. Next, what percentage of the computers will be using the transit system in the long run, that is you want to using the equilibrium, we can calculate the second question. So the first one, one stage transition we can do it. For that I said to you AB into T you want to write it for the one stage. One stage is transition, one stage transition AB. AB is what? 0.6, 0.4 into AB you want to write it. What is your T? T is here 0.7, 0.3, here 0.3, 0.7. As usual matrix multiplication, you know it that if you are completed 0.42 plus 0.12 and here 0.18 for the second column 0.28, we are getting that 0.54, 0.46 and here the transfer system, how many people are using in that 54%. For the B, how many people are using means 46% are using the. Second question is, what percentage of the computer will be using the transfer system in the long run? Equilibrium will be reached in the long run. At equilibrium, what is your condition? I said A, B into T equal to, again A, B matrix only you will get. A, B we don't know, so A, B into T is 0.7, 0.3, 0.3, 0.7 equal to A, B is as it is A and then B you have to write it. And then matrix multiplication, the row with the column 0.7A plus 0.3B equal to A. Just equating, we are getting this one 0.7A plus 0.3. Instead of the B, we can write it as a 1 minus A, I said. So inside multiplication 0.7A plus 0.3 minus 0.3A equal to A. Here A one side, if you have to bring it 0.7A minus 0.3A minus A equal to minus 0.3. We are simplifying. We are getting that A is equal to 0.6A minus equal to minus 0.3 means it will become plus. A is equal to 0.3 by 0.6, that is equal to 1 by 2. 1 by 2 means 0.5. So A is equal to 0.5. We can write it. They asking the question is, what percentage of the commuters will be using the transfer system in the long run only? They are asking. Transfer system we are taken as a A. So you have to write it as the percentage of the computers using the transfer system in the long run is 50%. If they are asking metro train means you can calculate the B also. Sums are assignment sums to you. You want to form the transition probability matrix. They ask the question is, find their market shares after 1 year. One stage transition you want to complete and when is a equilibrium reached. So one stage and equilibrium also you want to calculate it. Then this sum is, they given that you want to form the transition. After they ask the question is, find the shares after 1 week and after 2 weeks they are given to you. One stage and 2 stage also you want to calculate it. If the price war continues when the equilibrium is reached. So one stage, 2 stage, equilibrium. 3 questions they asked, so you want to answer. The hint for the third sum and then fourth question also here I am given to you. You note it down and complete the assignment sums in your notebook.